2021 is over, so it's that time of year where I count down my top 10 movies of the year. So this year I saw 82 new movies, which is a lot more than 2020, as you know, movies actually came out this year, which was great. Yeah, there were so many great movies this year, it was kind of unbelievable. Honestly, it's probably been the best year for movies for just years. I think it's because a lot of the movies they all just came out this year because they've been waiting to come out for a while, and so like there was just a huge quality. And yeah, so a lot of these movies would like some of the ones in my honorable mentions would usually in a normal year would be in my top 10, but because the quality was just so high, those movies are now my honorable mentions, and like the top 8 of my top 10 are like in my 50 favorite movies of all time, and seen them multiple times. And yeah, so I mean, it's been a great year, and it's been so many awesome movies and some bad ones as well, but we don't like to talk about those ones. So if we just look at all the good ones, it's been a great year. So yeah, here are my top 10 movies of the year, starting with, of course, my honorable mentions. So, my first honorable mention is Cherry, which came out earlier in the year, starring Tom Holland. And a lot of people don't actually like this movie, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was actually quite depressing, and Tom Holland really showed that he is actually a really good actor. And yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know if people don't like it, but yeah, so that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is Cruella, starring Emma Stone. Cruella, and to be honest, didn't know what to think of this when I saw the trailers. I didn't go to the cinemas to watch it. I watched it when it went for free to Disney Plus, and I was quite surprised actually. It was a really entertaining movie. Yeah, just fun, and yeah. So my next honorable mention is Snake Eyes. Um, Also another movie with people that don't actually like a lot, but I don't know. I went into it before I saw any of the reviews, and I loved it. I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, but I didn't really mind the changes, because I thought that they would be fixed in the future if they did any more future movies. Um, but I don't know if they will now because of the negative reception. But it was just a really fun, like, ninja movie, and yeah, definitely not that bad. My next honorable mention is Tick Tick Boom, which has the best performance of the year by Andrew Garfield. This musical was not something I really knew about, but I was like, Andrew Garfield and Lin-Manuel Miranda, yep, definitely going to watch that. And man, it was such a good movie. It was, yeah, Andrew Garfield really carries it though, and his performance is so great. His singing is great. The songs are really catchy. I listen to them all the time, and yeah, it's just a really, really good musical. And yeah, so my next honorable mention is In the Heights, which is another Lin-Manuel Miranda show. He created the show. It's a movie based off that. Yeah, it was just really, really fun. The dance numbers, the songs, they're so good. It's just like a lot of heart the movie had, and a lot of great characters, and all around just a fantastic time at the movies. My next honorable mention is also a controversial one, being Eternals. Personally, I'm a DC fan over Marvel, but this movie was actually really good, and it's for the reasons why people don't like it, because it's not like your typical Marvel movie. So that's why um, that's an honorable mention. It was just really great with a lot of like great characters and action. Even though it wasn't that much action, it was still really good when it happened, and yeah, it was great. Anyway, now we're on to my number 10 movie of the year, which is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, this movie was fantastic. I mean, I love Ghostbusters, the original, so I was very excited to go see this. And I mean, it delivered on everything that I wanted it to, and it had a great news story with bringing back older cast and stuff. And yeah, it was just a great time, great family film at the movies, and it made me want more Ghostbusters, which is great. And that's why it's my number 10 movie of the year. My number 9 movie of the year is Pig. So I saw this movie 2 days ago. I just heard that it was really good, had no idea what it was about. So when I started watching it, I was like, this feels like John Wick. But then it ended up not being like John Wick at all. And it was just a really great movie. Nicolas Cage was flipping amazing in this movie. I want him to get the nomination. I think Andrew Garfield will still win, but it'd be pretty cool if he got nominated for Best Actor. But yeah, the story was like great. The characters, although there weren't many of them, they were great. And yeah, it was just a really. It was it was definitely an experience movie, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but that you should definitely watch it because it's just fantastic. So my number 8 movie of the year is A Quiet Place Part 2. So, love the first one, and this one was pretty much just like the perfect sequel to the first one. It didn't ruin the first one, it just built on the world, but then it still felt like it was the same. It just felt like a great sequel. With the new characters were great additions, and yeah, it was just. I mean, it was flipping intense in the movie theater with this one, but yeah, it delivered on everything that I wanted it to. So that's why A Quiet Place Part 2 is my number 8 movie of the year. My number 7 movie of the year is Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, been a big fan of the DCEU for quite a while, except for Suicide Squad 2016 and Justice League. So I've been, ever since, they've been wanting to get this movie made, I've been on board, because I thought, I really just want to see a movie that's what it's supposed to be, not the crappy thing we got with Justice League. But yeah, even though it's 4 hours long, it went by so fast. I mean, it is honestly so fantastic. All the characters are fleshed out way more, and the action is way better, and it's just a really, really, really good movie. And it's in like my top 50 movies. I already said that from number 8 upwards, so Quiet Place also. But yeah, I just, yeah, I really want the Snyderverse to continue. I don't know if it will, but it was just great to see the vision that Zack Snyder had, or his movie actually get made, and it was just great. I mean, I do wish it went to the cinema, but I understand that 4 hours in the cinema is probably a bit much. But anyway, that's my number 7. So my number 6 movie of the year is Last Night in Soho. Huge fan of Edgar Wright. He is possibly my favorite director of all time, between him and Steven Spielberg. But yeah, so I was so excited to watch this movie, and I was so bummed out when it didn't come out last year. But it did come out this year, and it was just fantastic. I mean, Edgar Wright can literally do anything. He's done a horror movie, even though it wasn't technically horror; it was more thriller. It still was fantastic. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat for the entire movie. And like the cinematography and the music, of course, and the acting, and it's just peak Edgar Wright. It's just my second favorite Edgar Wright movie at the moment to Baby Driver. I do need to rewatch Last Night in Soho when it comes out on digital, but yeah, I love it. So that is my number 6. So my number 5 movie of the year is Dune. Well, this is another movie that I was very disappointed did not come out last year, because I started reading the book and I was like, dang, this is awesome. I really want to see this. And was not disappointed when it came out. It was phenomenal. I mean, come on, it's going to win pretty much every technical award at the Oscars because it's just perfect technically, and I mean the story. I mean they adapted it as perfectly as they could, which is great. And all the cast is fantastic, and the cinematography, yeah, the score as well. Hans Zimmer, oh my goodness, Hans Zimmer does not disappoint no matter what. Yeah, Doom was just fantastic, and I can't wait for part two. My number 4 movie of the year is West Side Story. So, I had never seen any West Side Story show, movie, or anything, and I just knew Steven Spielberg was directing it, and apparently it was very good, and I was not disappointed. It is flippin' amazing. I don't think I've ever been this blown away by a musical ever. I mean, the cinematography, I accept that a lot, but it is amazing. The cast, I mean, I don't know the story or anything, but like that was great as well. I mean, it's not original, but I mean, still the songs also not original, but amazing. And yeah, I just can't wait to watch this again. It was just it blew me away. I did not expect this to be this high on the list. It's my favorite musical. Uh, well, my favorite movie adaptation of a musical at this point. And of course, Steven Spielberg did that. And it shows that over the last 10 years, he's been saving all his talent for this movie. And it's good that he did that because it is flipping awesome. And I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe wins Best Picture because it's a crowd pleaser, that's for sure. And it's just technically also a masterpiece like Dune. But that is my number 4 movie. My third favorite movie of 2021, The Suicide Squad. So this was my most anticipated movie of the year, and when it came out, it was my favorite movie of the year. But like, I was just completely my expectations were high, and they were exceeded. So it's just fantastic. I mean, James Gunn literally saved this series or this franchise that was killed in 2016. But not enough people actually saw it, box office wise. But I mean, they should. And it's just the characters are flipping awesome. The humor is definitely my type of humor. It is so funny. I have not laughed that much in a movie, I don't think, ever, especially at the cinema. It was just a great cinema experience. And it's actually got a lot of emotion as well. And John Cena, surprisingly, is actually one of the best parts of the movie, which is not something that you would think about a Suicide Squad movie or John Cena, because of all the other movies he does. But he is very good, and it's definitely worth watching. It is DC's best movie in my opinion, even better than Joker and The Dark Knight. For me anyway. I mean, King Shark, I mean, all the characters. I mean, it's just great, and I cannot wait for Peacemaker, which is only a few days away now. And that's going to be awesome, hopefully. But yeah, James Gunn literally can not do anything wrong. So that is my number 3 movie of the year, which I was very certain was going to be my number 1, but, sometimes some movies come out that just catch you by surprise. So my number 2 favorite movie of 2021 is No Time to Die. To be honest, I wasn't the biggest James Bond fan until this year. I watched all the Daniel Craig movies leading up to No Time to Die, and I feel like that works the best because it is like one continuous story, and it's the James Bond that has a character arc throughout the movies, and I think that's why I like it the most because, he changes throughout the movies, and especially in this one, I mean, a lot of people don't like the reinvention of the character and stuff, but I loved it. The movie was action-packed with some incredible action sequences. There's like a one-take up stairwell at the end. Oh, I love me a one-take. And, I mean, a lot of people are disappointed with some aspects of the movie and how it portrays James Bond lore and stuff, but for me, I like that there's a change, and I don't want all the James Bonds to be like Daniel Craig with a character arc and stuff, but I feel like it works the best for what they'd set up, and and Hans Zimmer's score. To be honest, I prefer this one to Dune's, even though Dune's is flippin' incredible. This one, when it goes when it when it has little segments from previous movies, scores, previous James Bond movie scores, like on Majesty's Secret Service and the Vesper theme from Casino Royale. I mean, it's just, yeah, the movie was great, and I left the movie emotionally satisfied with the conclusion to Daniel Craig's years as Bond, and yeah, a lot of people don't think it's his best movie. I mean, I don't know, I do. The villain could have been better, but all of that is kind of overshadowed by the amazing rest of the movie, pretty much, and that's why it's my number two. My number one movie of the year is Spider-Man No Way Home, which, as I said earlier in the video, I'm a DC fan, so to put a Spider-Man movie first is annoying, to say the least, but it is definitely well deserved. I mean, this movie is so good. The reason this movie is as good as it is because of the nostalgia value. I grew up with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man villains and movies, and it was great. And then Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man villains, and I prefer those movies to the Tom Holland ones, apart from this one, which I know is blasphemy to some people, but honestly, I don't see Spider-Man in the MCU until this movie as Spider-Man. And it's just that great that he is actually Spider-Man now. And, I mean, yeah, I mean, as a movie in itself, it is not the best movie of the year, but oh my goodness, the cinema experience was the best one I think I've ever had, ever. I mean, I don't think there has never been a time where there's been as much clapping and cheering as there has been for me with that movie. I mean, where I live, people never clap and cheer for anything, but they did for Spider-Man, and it was definitely well deserved. Yeah, I've seen it twice. Definitely to see it more, but I mean, yeah, that's my number one movie of the year. Not the best movie of the year, but it is my favourite. The first half, well, not first half, but the first third, could have been better, but once Doc Ock shows up, that's when the movie just is a flippin' blast, and I really wish MCU movies were more like this. But, you know, for 1 year, Marvel can take the win for the best movie of the year. So that's my list, and yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Sam Reviews and Gaming, and I'll see you next time with my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2022.